The world's most famous clone and second most famous dolly sashayed onto the scene on this day in 1997 when scientists working at Edinburgh's Roslin Institute announced that they had cloned Dolly the Sheep. Let's take a look at this woolly little princess's life and her times. Now, Dolly's birth had been kept secret for 7 months so that the announcement of her existence could coincide with the release of the research paper, which I am sure the general public were dying to read. The media descended on Dolly, and she became the most famous sheep in the world. But was she the first cloned animal? Well, actually, no. We have been cloning animals for a very long time. The first successful cloning was of a tadpole in 1952. We cloned a fish in 63 and mice in 79. Lord, we even cloned a sheep in Cambridge in 1984. So why is Dolly famous then? Well, the sheep cloned in 84 was cloned from embryonic cells, whereas Dolly was cloned from adult cells. The mammary gland cell from a thin Dorset sheep to be exact. Before Dolly, it was thought that it would be impossible to clone from an adult cell like this. Scientists thought that those cells only had enough information inside of them to do a certain job, but Dolly proved that theory wrong. Dolly, she was incredibly woke. She had got 3 mums, one that provided the egg, one that provided the DNA, and a surrogate mum who was a Scottish black-faced sheep. After just 277 failed attempts, Dolly was born. When asked about the inspiration for her name, Professor Sir Ian Wilmot, who was in charge of the project, said, "Dolly is derived from a mammary gland cell, and we couldn't think of a more impressive pair of glands than Dolly Parton's." So anyway, Dolly lived her life at the Roslin Institute amongst a bunch of other sheep. She had 6 babies with a ram called David. She ate a load of grass. Sometimes she had her picture taken. In 2001, she was diagnosed with arthritis, which was successfully treated with anti-inflammatories. It was all classic sheep stuff, you know? Until February 2003, when Dolly's staff noticed that she'd got a cough. She and a bunch of her housemates had caught the JSRV virus, which causes lung cancer in sheep. She'd been given a general anaesthetic so that they could have a CT scan, and it was found that she had tumours in her lungs. So it was agreed to euthanise her while she was still under the GA to avoid her suffering. She was 6 years old. Now, the average lifespan of a sheep of her type is 11 to 12 years, so some suggested that she'd been born at the genetic age of 6, as this was the age of the sheep that she was cloned from. And it had been thought that cloned animals do age faster, but there was no evidence of this, and other cloned animals have gone on to live long lives, some from her genetic line. She was just a bit unlucky. We actually successfully clone quite a lot of animals now, who go on and they live long and healthy lives. And you can go and visit Dolly. I've been to see her. So we taxidermied her, and she's on display in a revolving glass case at the National Museum of Scotland in Edinburgh. Now, I don't know what it is about the revolving aspect of the case that makes it feel like a bit of a disrespectful way to lay her to rest, but it's what we've chosen to do with her, I guess. And there we go. So go on, Dolly the Sheep. There she is, proving the impossible possible. Thanks for watching. Why not subscribe? And I'll see you tomorrow.